A low-waste way to get free lettuce for an entire year from your local grocery store. First, find the butter lettuce, because that's obviously the best one out there. And don't worry about the plastic. We have plans for the plastic. Once you get home, store the sticker label with all the rest of the sticker labels that you're collecting. Then continue to eat your lettuce until you get to the stub. Once you get to the stub, take that outside with the container and poke some holes at the bottom of the container, fill it with some potting soil, and then replant your butter lettuce. You can store this in the windowsill of your kitchen if it's nice and sunny. If not, you could just put it right in the ground in your garden. This is honestly my preferred method. And with the right TLC, you can get one of these suckers to grow all year round.
Unsolicited word of advice for parents, but no matter how old your child is, sign them up for an airline rewards program. They will thank you in the future. I'm 27 years old now, but I received this email last year when I was 26, congratulating me on 22 years as a United Mileage Plus member, meaning that my mom signed me up when I was 4 years old, which I don't know, that may be more common nowadays, but back then it was not common. And I'm so appreciative that she did that because I'm definitely going to hit the Millions Club in my lifetime. Even if you don't fly a lot, it'll be nice for them to start accruing those miles when they're younger. And if they travel later on in the future, they'll definitely thank you.
We're at Costco in the oral health department, and I want to show you things that you don't really need to get. Like, they're really more for marketing versus it actually like really helping your oral health and your cleaning. So here's one, and you're going to be kind of surprised with this one, but this is one thing I highly don't recommend. If you see any Listerine that's other than the color than purple, I don't recommend it. And basically alcohol. So this dry out your mouth, but they make you feel like as if they're really clean. The more dry your mouth is, the more acidic it is. So the more decay can occur within your teeth. Now, one thing I think is actually a hoax and it's not real is whenever you see toothpaste that say that they whiten. I truly don't believe that. That is completely a marketing tool. So this is something I would not trust to whiten your teeth, but yes, it'll make your breath smell better and it'll help have something on your toothbrush while you brush your teeth. All right, so the last thing I highly don't recommend, and you're gonna be surprised with this too, and that's gonna be toothbrushes. So really, it doesn't even matter the brand. We already know that an electric toothbrush can do 10 times what a regular toothbrush that we grew up with can do. An electric toothbrush versus one of these mechanical ones will always be a better bet. So yeah, all right, see you on the next one.
I've always been so gullible in believing everything that people told me about cleaning products. You need ammonia to clean mirrors. You need a counter spray to disinfect. You need to mop with this soap or wash your clothes with that soap. But as I've learned over time, you can't believe everything you hear on TV or see on TikTok. Like many others, I tried the viral mopping recipe with the dish tab and the laundry detergent, but it left a dirty residue all over my floors. I saw another video of a lady who was putting fabric softener in her counter spray. So I tried that, and it left a residue all over my counters and made us all very itchy. So I researched and found a bunch of natural alternatives that worked even better than the other products and are super cheap. I love these e-cloths. Never again will I have to use Windex to clean my mirror. It comes with 2 cloths, one wet to clean and one dry to remove spots. You can also use magnets in your laundry instead of detergent. And you can try wool balls in your dryer. They work fabulous at getting rid of static cling and wrinkles. Baking soda has become one of my favorite products because there are so many uses. Besides baking, did you know that you can put baking soda in the fridge and it'll absorb all the stinky odors? And that goes for clothes as well. If you add a scoop of baking soda to your washer, it makes the water more alkaline, which helps to remove stains and odors. I also found out that baking soda is a great cleaner for all your appliances. You can also add a little baking soda to your soaking water for your fruits and your vegetables. It helps to enhance the water so it removes a lot of pesticides and unwanted dirt. Just make sure you let it soak for at least 15 minutes, rinse, and then dry thoroughly. Power Paste has become one of my favorites. I love it in the shower, especially on the glass doors. It's the best thing I found for removing spots. Citric acid is one of my newest finds. It worked wonders on my toilet. You can also use it in your washing machine as a fabric softener and in your dishwasher to remove spots. Just mix a little bit with water. Having the proper tools also allows you to skip the chemicals altogether. For instance, use a hairdryer to remove stickers instead of having to use Goo Gone. And lately, my favorite thing is making my own counter sprays. I'm obsessed. It's so cheap. I like to take some hot water, add a few drops of dish liquid, and then a few drops of essential oil. It cleans great, it smells good, and I can use it on just about every surface.
Fill some bags with snow and smash it in there hard. But not too hard. Set them aside to cure for 30 minutes. You need a lot. Unwrap your bricks and stack them up. 12 hours later, you will have a magnificent igloo.
If you know someone that looks like this, the chances are they're heading towards diabetes. This next 90 seconds could save you or someone you know's life, so listen up because doctors refuse to talk about this. Here are some of the signs. Cracks on the back of your neck, skin tags, pigmentation, darkness of skin on the fingers, waistline more than half of your height, swelling of your feet or neck. Flabby arms and legs are also a sign of insulin resistance. The worst of these signs are hard belly fat, or in other words, visceral fat. You see, doctors are in the business of curing and then profiting off of diabetes. They are not in the business of preventing and then reversing diabetes from happening. This is the amount of sugar that should be in your body, about 1 teaspoon. Anything more than that, and you're officially diabetic. It's that much of a fine line. However, if you have a breakfast like this is about how much sugar is added. This will raise the bar on your new insulin level, causing hyperinsulinemia. When you eat lunch again, your insulin levels never had a chance to come back down. So it just kind of continues to remain high all the time. This is all happening because of the resistance your body is building to insulin. Just like anything else in life, let's say I do 5 push-ups on my very first day of working out. Eventually, I'm gonna have to raise that to like 10 or 15 push-ups a day, otherwise it's gonna become too easy and I won't feel the same effects. Same goes for drinking. Maybe I start out with drinking 1 beer a week, which turns into 1 beer a night, which then turns into multiple beers a night because I need that much beer to get that same level of pleasure. This applies to all aspects of life, but especially insulin, because insulin is the hormone that controls a whole whack of things like weight gain, cravings for sugar, feeling frequently hungry, difficulty concentrating, feeling anxious or panicky about something, lacking focus or even motivation. And a big one is fatigue, and just feeling tired and your energy levels rising and falling all throughout the day. There is, however, a very natural and scientifically proven way to combat this issue, which is what makes me more upset about the fact that doctors don't address this, since it's really just that simple. It comes down to 2 things: what time you're allowing yourself to eat during the day, and how much fiber you're adding to your diet. If you can follow these 2 simple principles, fasting from when you last ate dinner all the way to your first meal, so at least allow your body to have 12 to 14 hours to process the food, zero snacking in between, and the chances are a lot of these issues will fix itself. If you want to learn more about this, then click on my profile where I teach all about this process.
Do you guys want to learn a super secret actor technique for how to memorize lines really fast that will make other people think you're a spy? This technique uses first letter mnemonics. Okay, here's how it works. First, you read the script out loud. Did you know your cat's negative behavior may be caused by stress, blah, 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 blah. And then you're going to write out the first letter of each word on the same line that it is on the paper, because that's how your brain remembers it. Other cats in the home. Okay, so now I should be able to read it just off of the letters without the script. Let's see. Did you know your cat's negative behavior may be caused by stress? And one of their biggest stressors is having other cats in the house. So now I should be able to do it without looking at that. Did you know your cat's negative behavior may be caused by stress? And one of their biggest stressors is having other cats in the house. I'm a genius.
My daughter called yesterday and asked me if I know how to treat a yeast infection. I'm like, oh yeah, that's super easy. All you do is a little bit of vinegar and the rest warm water and spray it down there after you go to the bathroom and then pat dry. You do it 2 or 3 times. Yeast infection's gone. I did not realize that everybody didn't know this trick. Did you know that trick? When you take antibiotics, you almost always get a yeast infection. Don't go out and get an ointment. Don't go out and get cream. Just use regular vinegar, put it in like a squirt bottle, like the type they give you after you have a baby, or the type that you use when you dye your hair. Make sure it's clean. Little bit of vinegar and the rest warm water. Simple, easy.
Treating small pieces of meat with a baking soda solution is a technique you quite often see in Chinese cooking, especially in stir fries. A brief soak in a baking soda solution raises the pH on the meat's surface. This alters the charge on the muscle filaments so that they repel each other and remain a tiny, tender distance apart during cooking. instead of collapsing together and squeezing out moisture. The result is largely limited to the surface, so thinly sliced meat and ground meat work best here. Adding a half a teaspoon of baking soda to a pound of ground meat can absolutely transform it, particularly because it has so much surface area. Not only does the soda make the ground meat more tender, it also helps it hold onto more moisture. That, plus the higher pH, means you can actually brown ground meat without it just flooding the pan with juices. You can put this tip to use tonight in your cooking. For a pound of meat, use a quarter to a half teaspoon of baking soda stirred into 1 tablespoon of water. Mix it up, let it sit for 5 minutes, and you are good to go.